Hello and thank you for joining me. It's Saturday the 15th of June. So I'm going to do an Oracle energy card now, and I'm also going to use our little spirit animal tarots because I didn't use them yesterday, so I feel like I missed them. So maybe you did too. So let's see who comes out for them. But first let's pick a energy card. These are our chakra cards, so maybe they'll get us to focus on one area of our life. Vanity. That's not a nice thing to admit that you'll have, I suppose, is it? We're being a bit vain. Do you know, I'm looking at these skyscrapers and I'm really drawn to talking about those because yesterday I was teaching my son to drive because he's learning to drive at the moment, and we were facing London. We was high up on a hill. We could kind of see London in the distance, and the skyscrapers that are there now are phenomenal. They're 30, 40 floors, and they were obviously never like that back in the old days when I went to work in London when I was in my 20s. And I went up there recently, and it's kind of, it's very, there's certain areas of London now that are very, so clean, squeaky clean, that, you know, everything's polished and glass, and there's everybody taking selfies of themselves, living their best life. And it just seems a little bit fake. And it, you know, obviously my family were East Enders, and the East End now is the Docklands, and it's all very fancy. And it just seems, I feel like I can't really connect to certain places. You know, there's people all around in wine bars drinking champagne for no particular reason. And I just don't like the energy. There's certain places in London I really do, but I'm talking about the financial part of London, which I'm sure some of you will know where I'm talking about. I just find it so gimmicky. And and I've seen it change because I'm old now. You know, I'm 50 in a few weeks, so I've seen it change over the years. I remember when some of these very first, like Canary Wharf was built. I remember that. And and I've seen what it's become, and I think it's lovely and beautiful and cha-la-la-la-la. But there's a lot of vanity up there, and I don't sit with that energy. So why am I telling you that? Why have I told you that? I keep telling you really interesting or not so interesting stories about my life this week, I feel. But maybe there's parts of your life that you do think are a little bit fake, a little bit like, okay, I've got to go and put my face on and pretend I'm living my best life. You know, we do it to a certain extent on social media, and you can get sucked into watching people and think, why am I watching these people? I don't care. They're not people I know, but you do, don't you? You just literally get drawn to it. And I feel like this person here is standing up saying, hang on, have you forgotten the basics? So we've got the blue here of this card. It's a chakra oracle card. So let me see what the message is for vanity in this book that accompanies these cards. Bear with. There's lots of really interesting questions in this book, actually. I usually just take the key words, which are faith, awareness, and transformation. But here's some interesting ideas, actually, in this book. Inspiration. We all say we will stop when we have enough, but there's never enough. You may be looking outside yourself for validation. That's important, isn't it? And also, it's saying, am I growing away from limiting relationships? Oh, that's interesting, isn't it? Am I feeling disconnected from any people in my life? So I feel that's why this came out, because we've had this theme. We had it yesterday with our little cat cards that came out. We had it the day before, and we're saying we've been tested in some way with those sword cards. So if that resonates with you today, I feel this is talking about your authenticity. And when you're not being authentic, why is that? Is it because you're feeling you need to put on a front around the people that you're with? Is it that you are, like it said, needing validation from people, so showing a side of you that isn't real. It's a really interesting concept. I'm not going to talk too much more about that because I feel that that guidebook has guided us, which is often, you know, all we need, rather than me rabbiting on about Canary Wolf. But anyway, let's take a tarot card, an animal, and see if the characteristics of this animal give us a little bit more understanding of why that card came out. Bear. So we've got bear, guardian of fossils. Guardian of fossils is the King of Pentacles. But we're not talking about the King of Pentacles today. We're talking about this bear, because be more bear today. Bear is not too bothered about whether they fit in or not, are they? And they're certainly at that sort of top of the food chain. They're quite happy in their own skin. They're not really going to be bothered too much about fitting in, are they? So let's see what bear has to say in our cards today. Dream deep, live bold. And it also says in this book, brown bear is king of his domain. So perhaps this is about you being king of your domain, or queen, whichever. And just being really proud of who you are and what you've got. It might not be as much as others. It might mean that people don't get you, but that's okay. I feel there's a real self-assured quality about bear today. And I feel that he's coming in to take away or to move us away from this energy that we are being challenged to deal with over these last few days. And I really do feel that June is teaching us some really poignant lessons of how do you want to live your life from here on? What have you achieved? And where do you want to go with it? I do really feel this vanity card is coming in to make us aware that we are going to be moving away from some people or situations in our life and living more in line with our own values. So don't be afraid of that. If it's looking like change is coming, embrace it, because it is going to be for the best for you. I feel bears coming in to say, yeah, it's going to be making you an absolute unstoppable version of yourself. So that's brilliant. Okay, let's come back tomorrow with another message. I feel like we're on a bit of a roll here with this theme. So let's see how it plays out tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Bye for now.